Let's take a tour of my manuscript in progress. It's called The Embolus, and right now there's 37,000 words on the manuscript, which is about a third of the way in, because a respectable novel has got 90,000 words. And so for the first 60 pages, I'm doing really well. I'm happy with where it is. I know the characters. I know what direction they're going in. And then we come to page 64, and I have a co-author, Max Garwood, who helps me come up with the ideas for these stories about the Mark Twain adventures. So here's my note to Max. Max, this is the end of the organized chapters. Read below at your own risk. There are a bunch of half-baked ideas in process of coming together to make some semblance of sense. And so there are scenes that I know happen, and so what I do is I write those. And I can be writing them, but then I know that there's missing areas. So I leave a blank and keep going. Also, I'm going to have our heroine be in a particular city. And so I've pulled up some information about that city, historical things, and I'm going to leave it there. And then as I'm writing, I'll go back and pull pieces of the information about that city and piece it in throughout the book. I won't do an information dump where you're just like, let me tell you about this town, and then you just dump an encyclopedia of information on the reader. But I will use bits and pieces as we go through. I do like to use real places and real things out of history in my books so that the readers get to know things that they didn't know before. So those are the notes that I will go back to later. Then there's some more space here. Then there's a couple of, pages where I've got some really good stuff going. Here's a bold section where it's like, I know what's going to happen here. I know what Mallory has to do, but I'm just going to write what's going to happen in notes. I'm not going to go and actually write the chapter right now. I'm going to go back and do that later. And then as we continue on, there's some more chapters written, some more scenes that I know this is how they go, so I stick them in. And then I will have spaces in between the chapters and the scenes that I know exactly what they're going to do, that leave area for the ones that I don't know how to link them together yet. There's going to be something that has to fit in the middle, and right now, see, right here, I just don't know what's going to go there, but it'll come to me later. I also have put the name of one of our other characters there at the front of this particular chapter because according to the rhythm of the book, there would need to be a chapter about here that would be from his point of view, because we've got always several plots running at the same time. Also right here, you see I left a blank line right here. It's because that needs a name, and right now I have no idea who that name is or who that important person is, but there's a space left, and I'll go back to the editing later and add that in. More blank pages because I know between this scene and coming down to the next scenes, I'm not sure what to do. So here's another note. This is what's going to happen. I'll turn that into a chapter later. Here's part of chapters that I do know what they're doing. And then there's going to be other areas where I've just dropped in notes again that will help me have background information to write some of the chapters coming up. And here's more blank because I know there's got to be a bridge in between the scene back here and the scene that's coming up. I just don't know what that bridge is right now. And so I leave that blank. There's a lot of people that will start at the beginning of a story and write from beginning to end. One of my daughters, Esty, can do that. I don't. I see my stories in different scenes and they're kind of mixed up for a little while, and then they start to come together.